Hello and welcome, my dear friend. If you're hearing this, heaven made sure you didn't scroll past it, because right now, God is short on willing hearts. Too many are talking, few are listening. Too many want to shine, but no one wants to stand in the fire that makes the light real. That's why He's sending you, dear chosen one. Not because you're flawless, because you're the most powerful He can use. You've carried truth quietly, like a secret you didn't know you were guarding. When doors closed, you didn't curse them. You waited until you heard His next instruction. That patience was your training. That restraint was your weapon. And now heaven has reached the part of the story where hesitation costs too much time. He's out of volunteers, so He's calling the ones who never planned to be heroes, only to be honest. Maybe lately you've felt restless. Ordinary routines don't fit anymore. The same dialogues sound thin. The same distractions taste dull. It's the Spirit pushing you out of the waiting room. God's been testing your reflexes. How quickly you forgive, how deeply you notice pain that isn't yours, how quietly you obey without applause. Those weren't random trials. They were drills for deployment. God was narrowing your path. You didn't know it then, but each disappointment was part of the construction. Many times it felt like a big no to your prayers, but it wasn't denial, it was design. The wide roads had too many exits, too many distractions. So He led you through the narrow one, the road where only obedience fits, because that's where His real ones are forged, not found. It's strange, isn't it? You're the same person, yet people see you differently. That's what happens when divine light finds a body. It cuts through the fog and makes everything around it recalibrate. You didn't change the volume. Heaven changed the wattage. This world has more platforms than prophets, more microphones than messages. So God's sending someone who doesn't care about spotlight, someone who's been shaped by solitude, someone who's learned that purpose isn't a performance, it's a pulse. That's why you've felt the pull at strange hours. Why you wake up with phrases that don't sound like your own thoughts. Why lately, peace only shows up when you move toward the thing that scares you most. It's not coincidence, it's a summons. Heaven has reached the edge of the roster, and your name is glowing. Not because you were the loudest candidate, but because you were the last one still listening. You are being sent into families that forgot how to love, into workplaces that suffocate truth, into friendships that need warmth and honesty again. Not to preach, to be. Because sometimes the loudest sermon is a steady life that refuses to rot in bitterness. So if everything around you feels unfamiliar, good. That's the sound of God shifting the stage. He's moving you where influence hides in plain sight. And the moment you say yes, heaven will move what needs moving around your obedience. Dear chosen one, here's the part almost everyone skips. They wait for a trumpet blast and miss the whisper that sounds like a calendar reminder. God rarely shouts. He nudges. He slides a note under the door of your morning. He lets a name float to the top of your mind while you're rinsing a plate. He puts a weight in your chest when you scroll past the very thing you were meant to build. That's the cue. Here is how a calling enters a Friday. You open the fridge and see the same leftover box you've been ignoring. You toss it, wipe the shelf, make room for something fresh. That motion isn't about food, it's about capacity. It's training your body to stop storing what's expired. You open the note in your phone where you keep the names you promised to pray for. You pick one. You send a voice message, not a paragraph. 30 seconds of your actual voice. I've been thinking of you. I'm here. Don't promise to fix their life. Offer your presence. Presence is the tool God trusts most. You make a list called What I'm Not Taking With Me. On it, the habit that steals your sleep, the joke you tell to make yourself small, the lunch that always leaves you uneasy. You don't need a ceremony. You need a trash bag and a reminder. This is what obedience looks like when nobody claps. It's paperwork, dishes, texts. It's choosing a different street so you don't pass the thing that keeps you looping back. It's water instead of numbness. It's putting the phone down before your peace pays the price. It's stepping outside for 5 minutes at midnight to let your pulse find the stars and remember you're held. You're going to feel awkward for a while. That's normal. New strength is loud inside before it's quiet outside. If your hands shake while you speak, speak anyway. If your voice wobbles when you pray, pray anyway. Courage isn't volume, it's repetition. Midweek, you may try to negotiate with yourself. Maybe I misheard. Maybe I should wait for a sign. Here's the truth. Your sign is that you can't unknow what you know. You can't pretend your eyes didn't adjust. Pretending used to be a room you could sleep in. Now it's a shirt with the tag still on, scratching your neck until you take it off. You're not bound to every promise you made while you were scared or exhausted. You're free to update your yes. That isn't betrayal, it's stewardship. God places hours in your hands and asks you to spend them like treasure, not loose change. People will notice. Some won't know what to do with it. They'll say, "You've changed." Smile. "I've grown." Then ask about their mother's health, their deadline, their dog. Calling doesn't make you less kind. It makes you precise about where kindness goes. And when that old ache flares, the one you carry in your shoulders or your jaw, place your hand there. Breathe. We're safe. The body keeps minutes the mind forgets. It will catch up to the news. We're not living on emergency anymore. You don't have to become someone else to carry this. Keep your laugh. Keep the odd metaphors. Keep noticing the quiet kid in the back row. That isn't extra. That's the instrument he picked. You'll be tempted to sprint. Don't. Sprinting is panic with better shoes. Walk like someone who knows the route, because you already know. Put anchors in your day, a verse on a sticky note, a 2-minute silence after lunch, one message you answer with your whole attention. When you look back, track the small reversals, not the fireworks. You stop chuckling at what used to hook you. You finish what you start. A text that once swallowed your afternoon barely nudges you now. That's not magic. That's spiritual adulthood under an open heaven. You may still wonder, what if I fail after all this? Listen, God didn't vet you in a week. He watched you for years. He saw you return the cart in the rain. He saw you delete the reply you could have used as a weapon. He saw you wheel the neighbor's bin back when nobody was filming. You called those moments small. Heaven calls them proof. This assignment fits the shoulders that carried groceries and grief at the same time. There will be moments you want to announce everything. Resist it. Build like a carpenter, not a town crier. Measure twice, cut once. Let finished work do the talking. The surest ta-da is a table that holds. When the next step isn't obvious, do the nearest kind thing. It keeps the line clear. Often, the instruction you're waiting for sits on the far side of a courtesy you almost skipped. You don't have to broadcast what's happening, but do mark it. Write the date on a page. This is when the quiet tug became orders. When the weather shifts again, and it will, you'll open that page and remember, we've sailed this water before. We know how to trim the sail. My dear friend, go back to the room in your memory that still aches. Don't dissect it. See yourself walk out of it with your head up, holding the one tool you earned there. It isn't a scar, it's equipment. And hear me, you're not required to rescue everyone to be faithful. You're not the emergency exit for every building that catches fire. Carry what he hands you today. That is enough, and enough is holy. When tomorrow morning comes, walk into it exactly as you are. Not louder, not smaller, just true. And when the moment appears, the email, the child who needs you, the meeting that tilts toward honesty, the stranger who hasn't been seen in years, don't rehearse. Answer, arrange the chairs, make the call, bring the order, offer the cup of water and your calm hands. That's how heaven sends people, not as celebrities, but as evidence. You were not spared to live on the back row of your own life. You were tempered for use, and now you know it. So go do the next right thing, clean as a bell, steady as a heartbeat. The world will feel it, yes. More importantly, you will. Not as fireworks, but as footsteps you can actually hear. This is how a yes becomes a life. This is how chosen ones move when God reaches the end of the list. He's sending you, not someday, not after one more sign, now. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. If this message resonated, please like, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe to stay connected. Continue your awakening journey by choosing one of the videos on your screen that resonates with you the most. See you there.